Welcome to Entry into English, an ESOL curriculum for literacy in levels 1 and 2. I'm Penny Jahraus. I taught mostly ESOL level 2 for many years at Portland Community College, and I have also taught K through 8 ESOL.
And I'm Sara Packer. I've taught ESOL levels 1 through 8 for many years at the same school, Portland Community College.
The curriculum is designed for beginning English learners. Level 1 is for students with no or low English proficiency, and it continues through high beginning or level 2. This is what we call our landing page, and once you get here through this abbreviated bit.ly address or the QR code, you will have access to every part of our curriculum in every format. And that is what we are going to share with you here. Both levels 1 and 2 focus on the same 3 themes: family, home, and community, work and daily routines, food, and health.
This curriculum helps you navigate between the 2 levels of materials with the same theme to find an appropriate level of challenge that allows your students to grow. The supplemental folders include a variety of skill topics that can be used for both levels and with all of the themes. I will begin with a tour of Level 1 and Literacy, and Penny will follow with a tour of Level 2. We're on page 1 of the landing page, and I'm going to scroll down to page 2, which has the details of Level 1. The Level 1 materials are organized in 3 different ways for maximum flexibility: 1, 2, and 3. The first option is to choose the Classroom Welcome unit, which covers many areas of basic skill development like alphabet, numbers, and telling time, and combine this with the theme book of your choice each term: family, home, and community, work and daily routines, or food and health. Next, there is the option of using a book organized for each of 3 terms: fall, winter, or spring. These combine skill development materials, theme-related content, and pages for special events like holidays that occur during that term period. These are the 3 books. And this is an idea of the contents within each book. These books also include call activities, computer-assisted language learning. There's also a folder in the supplemental materials where you can access the call lessons if you aren't using one of these books. The third option is do-it-yourself, to compile your own sets of materials from the extensive collection of Google folders, which include all of the materials in the first 2 book options, plus lots more to help you develop each topic and theme exactly the way you want to. Each folder in this collection has a lesson planning guide. For example, here's the first page of the guide for teaching the alphabet. The lesson planning guides offer a logical sequence for teaching, and they also help you explain the topic and introduce related vocabulary. Here's another guide, this time for the families theme. Here's the families theme in the do-it-yourself lesson planning folders. And here's the lesson planning guide. The guides also suggest extra materials from other parts of the curriculum that you can use as supplements and homework. The guides contain active links to each page of materials. We are used to using commercial textbooks with online components. This curriculum is similar. It allows you, the teacher, to supplement the student units and also search among the extensive online materials to find additional slideshows and printable handouts that are not in the organized books. You can also customize each activity and lesson by saving copies of pages to your own drive and then editing and changing them. This also works if you are using a commercial text that you want to supplement with additional materials. Students purchase a 3-ring binder to keep the pages organized. At our school, the Print Center has recommended left-sided rubberized notepad binding for the pre-printed options that are also sold in our bookstore. The book holds together when first purchased, but the pages separate easily as the book is used within the binder. Students can remove pages from the binder to turn in for assessment and then replace them in order. With the do-it-yourself option, for the same results, you would 3-hole punch your handouts, and students then keep those in their binders. I want to mention Action English and First Class Reader. Here's Action English. And here's First Class Reader from our supplemental list. Some of you may be familiar with these picture story collections. We got permission from the authors of both of these classic picture story series to use their materials in our curriculum. They are a great resource for beginning readers. I want to show you how access to these online materials allowed me to deviate from my planned lesson and use the teachable moment of an unexpected weather event. This is the story A Snowy Day from Action English Stories. When we returned from a snow day closure during winter term, I used the Snowy Day Action English picture story, which led to a vocabulary lesson about clothing. Here are the clothing items in a snowy day. Here is the clothing folder in the supplemental materials. And here is the clothing picture dictionary. The clothing folder also contains a guide to colors and pattern adjectives. I introduced a bit of present continuous, what are you wearing today? And that led to telling time and daily routines from the work and daily routines theme. Here's the work and daily routines theme. Lolly's Day is one of the activities in that theme. And after you do page 1, maybe in class, I'm scrolling down now to page 2, you would send home for homework. We continued to follow the weather. Here's the weather folder in the supplemental activities. And we talked about temperature and using weather adjectives. So you can see that I was moving around in the themes and supplemental folders to take advantage of our unexpected weather circumstances. This approach also works for once-a-year holidays. Here's the Dia de Muertos page from the holiday folder. Here's the holiday folder. Here is the literacy and phonics folder in our supplemental materials. There are 2 comprehensive phonics workbooks for pre-literate and low literacy students contributed by Jen Sacklid from Lane Community College. This is the cover page, and this is a sample page from that book. There is also a folder with phonics practice sheets compiled by Trina Hing. I want to repeat here that teachers using this curriculum in any format can make the materials their own. You can always print or project the original, but if you want to change something, right-click on the document or folder you want to use, make a copy, and right-click on the copy to move the document or folder to a designated place on your drive. Then you can correct, tweak, and adjust as desired without affecting the original.
Let's jump down to page 3 of the landing page for the Level 2 materials. The Level 2 materials are set up as a separate student book for each theme. In the orange box, you see the 3 themes at a global level with just the main grammar points and topics. Below that, these are the learning topics in each theme in a lot more detail. You can print each theme in its entirety, access it online, or duplicate and hand out the pages as you use them. As Sara mentioned, students could put pages in a 3-ring binder, which becomes their textbook as the term progresses. I will show some of themes 1 and 2, and students will get used to these types of activities because all 3 themes contain the same types of tasks. Click here to open theme 1. The learning targets are at the start of each theme, and now these have active links to where that content is first introduced in the theme. Next, each theme has warm-up questions that activate the schema that will be addressed throughout the theme. Then you will find the first of several dialogues for the theme. The dialogues incorporate the topic vocabulary and grammar being studied in context. The dialogue is followed by comprehension questions, a grammar introduction, practice exercises, and a song. Each of the songs also has a YouTube link in case you don't trust your voice to carry the tune. And shortly after each dialogue is a notice activity where students return to the original dialogue and notice the new grammar in context. There is a relevant image to signify the points where topic vocabulary is introduced. In this case, the family. You can open a slideshow, and when you click on it, it asks you to use the template. By clicking on Use Template, a new copy of the document is created that you can then edit to fit your exact class. Now I have jumped down towards the end of the theme 2, and I want you to see that sprinkled throughout each theme are games with directions, grammar introductions, more dialogues, exercises, which are generally long enough to begin in class and students can complete for homework. Plus, there are activities towards the end of each theme that review the content introduced in that theme. All 3 themes end with a paragraph writing project that includes a model paragraph, some prompts, and then a rubric. And finally, each theme concludes by returning to the questions that were first seen in the warm-up at the very start of the theme. Answering these questions could be used as a theme assessment, either oral or written. Let's return to the landing pages to recap how to get to the Level 2 materials. All 3 themes are linked on page 3 of the Entry into English landing page document. Remember, you can access all of the Entry into English Levels 1 and 2 materials using the bit.ly or the QR code to reach this landing page document. And Level 1, Level 2, don't miss the additional teaching resources linked here on the final or page 4 of the landing page document.
Also, note the instructions on how to transfer the materials to your own drive so you can change and adjust to fit your particular class and location anywhere in the world. You can also email us to get more details and a personal tour. We look forward to hearing from you as you experiment with our materials.
Thank you for joining us.